Hello Nerdfighteria, it's Tuesday, Question Tuesday, the day that I answer real questions from real nerdfighters. Although, I don't get that many questions anymore. This Tuesday we're answering a question from the guy we all know and some of us love, but not really, but if you don't pretend to, he doesn't let you on the channel, Dave. So with the TFIOS movie coming out, John's getting a lot of attention from people who aren't traditionally, you know, a part of the nerdfighter community. I mean, okay, his books have been wildly successful and there's been a lot of interest there, but this is completely different because, you know, it's a movie, it attracts different kinds of people. And do you think that that's going to have a negative impact on Nerdfighteria? And I think this is demonstrated. I think their concerns were demonstrated rather well with the Esther live stream that was done last week. I'm gonna shoot up a screenshot now of just a bunch of spammy, awful comments. Esther is very important to a lot of people in Nerdfighteria, and particularly John. The fact that those two were so open about what was going on and that he was so heartfelt and honest with all of us is a very important part of what makes Nerdfighteria and us all kind of bond together. It was just a perfect sort of moment and a point of pride that Esther ever existed and that John was a part of her life. And while John's doing that on live stream, he's just getting a bunch of spammy comments from people who just don't care. Like, the guy is pouring out his soul on the internet and you are telling him how wonderful he is and how cute he is. I'm not going to try and defend them. It made my blood boil, and I am probably the least happy person about the TFIOS movie in general, and never mind that live stream as it is. But as to whether this newfound attention and these new people will affect us in a negative way, I don't really see that happening. I think that Nerdfighteria is pretty solid, you know, we got it covered kind of thing. And I have a number of reasons for this. So firstly, fandoms are pretty fleeting, okay? I'm sure we've all seen it before when, you know, one of Hank's videos goes viral. There's a big influx of, like, subscribers. I think the Nerdfighter page has over 2 million subscribers, but we get about 300,000 views on each video. So that shows that, you know, people will go, oh, this is so cool and new, and then they'll forget about it, and they won't engage with the community. And I'm not saying that, yeah, that's a good thing, bugger 'em, but I am saying that we have to kind of realise that there will be a lot of engagement for a bit, and then things will settle down again, as they do with most things. Two, this could be a great thing. I mean, John is very, very convincing, and he's also very level-headed, and he's just, you know, I'm sure we all know, why am I telling you this, but he's a lovely guy, and he will handle it with the respect that those people deserve, regardless of how stupid I think they are. And because of that, I don't think that even if there is this influx of just utter rubbish, that it's going to be a big problem. I don't think that it will affect the core of Nerdfighteria, as it were. Thirdly, the principles of Nerdfighteria aren't really difficult to get behind. I don't think anyone could ever say, you're all wrong, how dare you think that charity and being nice is a good idea. And if anyone does do that, then they can take a long walk off the edge of something, preferably very high. And with those kind of completely, like, agreeable principles, I don't think there's going to be a problem with people not engaging. I think you'll see a huge influx of people being like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, some will just go, because that's what fandoms do. Others will stick around and come back now and again and just be a fairly inactive part of the community. And some will join in completely and utterly. If they do, I don't see it changing what Nerdfighteria is fundamentally, because essentially they're celebrating TFIOS, which the majority of us enjoy anyway. And if they're not celebrating TFIOS, they're fangirling over John, who I fangirled over John before. Who hasn't? So I guess in conclusion, I do see problems ahead and I do see things beginning to change. But I don't think that it's anything that anybody should be worried about in the long term. In the short term, it might get a little bit rough, and we all might lose our rag a bit, which is, I don't know if that's an expression used in the States, but that means get a bit annoyed. Get annoyed to the point where you want to slap somebody. Lose your rag. Learn an English slang with Niall. But as long as we're open to them, if they're not open to us, that's their fault, not ours. So I guess the message that I'm leaving with is, don't forget to be awesome. Which should be, like, I should have just began and ended with that, and it would have been the whole video. Nathan, I will see you tomorrow.